Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of heathenstars.com. This is the chart, 31st of January 2018, set for London, the UK. It's the full moon, the second full moon in January, therefore it's been nicknamed the blue moon, and a very romantic, magical quality that expression has. It's also a supermoon, which means it's close to the Earth and appears larger than usual. You may see this tonight, the 30th, and the following, the 1st of Feb. And this happens frequently. This is not an unusual event. But what is rare, and it has apparently only happened once in 150 years, it's a supermoon, a blue moon, and a total lunar eclipse. Now, a lunar eclipse is still a full moon, so just feel into that. Emotion. Emotions are heightened at full moons. And this one, because it's this amazing occurrence of a lunar eclipse lasts about 4 hours. It's very gradual, very slow. And most of us have witnessed that in our lifetime. It happens frequently, twice or even 4 times a year at times. Now this is a time, 4 hours. As I said, we won't see it in the UK, in Europe. It will be visible the west coast of the states, so Hawaii, Alaska, and all the west coast. And it will be recorded live by NASA. So if you are up and about, you can watch it. But of course, American time. Now, the energy of a full moon, the emotion of a full moon, especially this, an eclipsed full moon. Aquarius is the sign where the sun is. The moon is in the opposite of Leo. Leo is the sign where the sun is strong. And this, therefore, is a paradox. Aquarius is all about equality, friendship. It's also liberty, freedom, independence. All of these qualities that are very good for bringing change into our world, into our lives. It's a fixed sign, as is Leo, the opposite sign, as are Scorpio and Taurus, the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. Jupiter is currently going through the sign of Scorpio. Taurus, there's nothing there at the moment. But fixed signs are very good for bringing stability into our lives. However, an eclipse is exactly the opposite. We don't know what might happen. In terms of a full moon, the energy is always about opposition, which is always about relationship. And if you have a planet, and it's only true if you have a planet, around that degree, so around the degree, 11 degrees, 37, so like, you can give like 2 degrees either side, then it will be triggering something, activating something in your chart. Now, the most important thing is to look, where is the sun going through Aquarius in your birth chart? Notice Venus is still very close to the sun. Venus, the planet of relationship, along with Mars. Mars is now in Sagittarius, to do with adventure, to do with vision. Futuristic Sagittarians, and Sagittarians are so glad that Saturn has left your sign. And Jupiter is the sign, the planet of Sagittarius. So this is very complicated. I've been noticing the Venus shamanic cycle, and the fact that Venus is invisible is not good for Venus-ruled people such as Librans and Taurians, or any of you who have a planet in those signs. Venus will move into the sign of Pisces, where it's exalted, on the 11th of February, and then will become visible on the 19th of February, which just happens to be the same day that the sun also will be in Pisces. So we've got that to look forward to. However, what's interesting about this eclipse is Mercury, right at the end of Capricorn. If you can see that, 29 degrees, 59 minutes. It's like, woo, it's right on the edge of the sign. And soon after, it will move and join the Sun and Venus, the South Node in Aquarius. So any kind of major decisions are never a good idea to make on the day of a lunar or a solar eclipse. I mentioned change, the fact that Aquarius is a sign ruled by Uranus, the planet of revolution. And Uranus, up there in Aries, is still making a square to Pluto. This is a very big long-term thing that's almost over, but also Mercury is involved. So just be aware of how you might be kind of unsure about making changes at this time, or make a rash decision to change something that actually doesn't need fixing. I did that the other day myself. Now, as I mentioned, this is all about relationships. So often at a lunar eclipse, a relationship can end. The sign that has the strength in a lunar eclipse is where the sun is. So if you are a sun sign Aquarian, you get more strength than the Leo. At the August eclipse last year was a Leo strength. Aquarius is also the people. Equality. Women getting equal pay to men has been in the news in the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. A corporation is very much an Aquarian type of institution serving the public. That's one event that's been, as I said, in the news. Taking a deep breath, as I said, it's good to sit with the energy, and the eclipse is always about a spiritual time, a connection. The fact of Mercury changing sign, to be aware of dreams and messages that are coming to you from wherever, but to see the patterns, and that's very much a gift of Aquarians, to see patterns, to rise above the mundane. So change can be positive. Change, when things are outworn, they need change. Things need change. So sometimes using that energy can literally just be making some small changes in your home, moving things around, letting go of stuff that you really don't need anymore. It's been like taking up space. That's a creative way of using change. Also with change, it's about being flexible. So fixed signs aren't flexible. They can be very stoic, but they need the energy of Mars in Sagittarius. That's a mutable sign. Chiron and Neptune in Pisces, that's a mutable sign. So with Mars activating Sagittarians, take a leaf out of the Sagittarian book. They love adventure. They love new things. They love exploring, especially anything involves travel or higher education. So this perfect time maybe for you to bring something of that sort into your life. The degree is active for about a month. So Mercury, obviously, you can see that Mercury will be activating that degree. And that's actually the only planet, apart from the moon, of course, that will activate it. So that's why I'm saying sit tight a moment. Don't make rash decisions. But no, change can be very healthy. Thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. And if you sign up, you'll get an invitation to my next webinar, which will be very much about Venus and the rise of the feminine into leadership this year. Again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.